What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today we're sitting in these chairs with
Gershwan
in this episode called For the Greater.
Did you say your name, the Sound Alchemist?
No, but now he did.
There you go. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. What question for your questions to get to those questions first. That is what Sapo Boy Azul did.
That's Frog Boy Blue.
Yeah. Yes. The grimdark future of 40K is bleak, and there's only war. And we know that Space Marines, Eldar, and pretty much anyone that is not orcs are kind of emotionless. But is there... I don't think that's true, but if there is any example of comedy or lighthearted jokes being thrown around in the lore, or any kind of not that serious stuff, yes. Imperial Guardsmen joke with each other as much as like what you would see in today's military. Even more so, just because when you have such a bleak existence, there's nothing to do but make fun of it. The biggest thing is like the memes that we see online with the Death Corps of Krieg. They're constantly joking about how they're just basically cannon fodder. Mm-hmm. There's actually a Netflix or Hulu series now, and there's this guy. It's a writer, I think, of like comedy shows. He like wrote for Seinfeld. He wrote for like other.
I know
comedies.
exactly what you're talking about.
And he's going around to war zones and trying to figure out what do people in those situations laugh at. Mm-hmm. And the biggest, the most messed up one that I saw, I've only seen the first episode, but was that I think it's in some African country. There was a rebel leader called Captain Naked Butt or Captain Butt Naked, something like that.
I think it was Butt Naked.
Yeah,
yeah.
And he did some pretty gruesome things, like 40K level gruesome. I think one of the stories was, this is gonna get really gory, but there was a lady in line with her husband, and the guy, the butt naked guy, wanted to be an asshole, and he asked the husband, "Do you think you're gonna have a boy or a girl?" And then the guy said, "I think it's a boy." And then the butt naked guy cut the woman open, found out it was a girl, and then killed the guy. So he killed the family. This happened in real life, and like people are still just joking about it, and it's just kind of like, whoa. If people laugh in those situations that are real in 40K, and this fictional universe is supposed to be like Demon Kulaba-ish and disgusting like that, people would make fun of that stuff too. That show is crazy.
It is, yeah. It's like, wow.
So laughter in 40K is always there. There's I just created a video too for the orcs, where one orc war boss tells to another orc war boss, like I think he just mocks him for running away. But then as soon as he does that, like a bolter comes and like smashes the knob's like skull to pieces, and all the boys just start laughing. I think that's what the lore said. So
yeah. So there's comedy, but it's gruesome. Yeah. However, back in the olden, like the old GW times, I think the orcs were like the brunt of a lot of comedic stuff. There's pictures of like, I want to say it's like a black and white orc, like with like lipstick and like wigs and stuff, and it's like, oh, you know, laugh at that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I feel like as it progresses, as like time moves on, comedy changes based on the context of what humanity is facing now. So like currently you see a lot of political jokes, but when that gets to be too much, that's when we move to other things such as memes to kind of escape the realism of everything and just kind of poke fun of like everyday random things.
So there is a daily show in the 40K universe, and it's probably like Imperial citizens mocking a planetary governor.
Right.
I don't think they would ever mock the Emperor.
But they'd be struck down.
But yeah.
And Tau, it's always the brunt of any joke.
Yeah. Good question, though. Next one.
This one is by the Mand Albird, or the Alibird. I can't pronounce your name. Where does the Custodian gene seed come from?
It's rumored that it's the Emperors.
I thought it was like legit the Emperors. The Grey Knights is rumored to be the Emperors, but the Custodes.
It was the Emperor?
I'm pretty sure it was. I've got the codex at my place, so I could just look it up.
Yeah. But
I'm pretty sure it is.
Check out our 40 facts on, what was the Custodian?
Constantine Valdor.
Yeah, that guy was as bad. Like, he was as good as a Primarch.
Yeah, that dude was a G. Not Drago level, but he was a G.
Drago's broken. Next question.
This one is by Merrick Agruska. Hi, any idea what will happen if a stray bolt shell flying through the battlefield hit one of those awesome looking energy handling tubes of Necron Goth's weaponry? So yeah, the weapons that the Necrons use, they're kind of out in the open. You could see the energy of, like, whether it be Goths or what's the other one? Like Living Lightning or something like that. But yeah, I think if anything hits it, either the Bolger would vaporize, because that's what that type of weapon does. It literally de-atomizes whatever it hits. Or it'll cause a huge explosion, killing the Necron and anything else in the vicinity. But no, I think that since this weapon does de-atomize whatever it touches, a bullet would, the same thing would happen to it. Or a bolter shell. Go.
Yeah, I agree. Next question. It's because I was reading a question. This isn't a question.
No.
This isn't a question. Well, he didn't put question in front of his question. So
don't even read it. Go. Just play.
Lee Barlett, he asks, he says, lo-fi hip-hop is for purple drink. Do you partake? Because last time I said that I listened to lo-fi hip-hop. And he is asking if I partake in purple drink, a.k.a. lean. No. I'm already a pretty chill person. I think that would not do good for me.
You would freeze. That's how chill you would. Nice.
Next question.
This one's by Iceman213. Is there any worlds, or are there any worlds that aren't involved with the wars in 40K that literally just remain neutral?
The Imperium is one giant war engine.
Yeah, if you're not with them, you're against them.
Now, is there any, like, there are some Sept worlds that are pretty nice, right? Or did he say specifically Imperial worlds?
I think in general, just like in the whole 40K universe.
Oh, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's Sept worlds that are pretty chill and calm. Then there are the Expedited worlds, which who knows whether those are at.
You got worlds that are being encased with, like, warp storms that can't really fight, or can't really do anything, they're just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, there is a lot. Next question comes from Gavin Warnock. This is probably a stupid question, but what happens to a Primarch, or what happened to the Primarch with the White Scars? Jagatai Khan. Just like Lehman Russ, just like Vulcan, it is rumored that he's out chasing Tail. No, I'm just, he's out chasing...
The Dark Eldar.
The Dark Eldar. Always the Dark Eldar. I guess that's the best way to get Primarch into the warp without saying, like, he's going to get corrupted. Because he's going into the webway.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, the Dark Eldar are notorious for capturing slaves. And they've been doing this to the people of Chagoris, which is the homeworld of the White Scars. I think that's where their fortress monastery is at.
Chagoris?
Chagoris.
Yeah, I just said Chagoris. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I pronounce it wrong, so yes.
But yeah, so Primarch got pissed. He's like, stop taking my people. And he went in there. He hasn't been back, but he's in there.
He will come back. I think if they brought back a model for Jagatai Khan, it would be badass. Like a big ass fucking bike. A tricycle. Next question comes from Anon Archist. What part of a squiggly beast is not the spiny bit? It depends on the type of squiggly beast. Like if you get a hair squig, they're like it's only its teeth that are spiny.
Spiky bit.
Spiky. If you get like the food squigs, same thing. Only the mouth. The rest is just kind of gelatinous.
Unless you pickle it.
But yeah.
So there's two questions here that are similar. One's by Tyler Castillo and the other one's by Kyle Nowak. So I'll answer them both in one fell swoop. This is the real question. Would you rather beat on female Tau cheeks or on Eldar cheeks? Or just which race in general has the sexiest women?
I'll do the Tau, definitely. As opposed to the Eldar. Just because Eldar is like bony. I don't know, that just look weird.
Well, based on a traumatic experience with me and the Blue Man group, I'd definitely go for the Tau.
Because it's going to bring back memories, repressed memories.
There's already a tear streaming down my metaphorical face. But yeah, I'd go with Tau, hands down. Probably either Earthcast.
Because you like them thick?
And squatty, like toads. No, but now that I think about it, Firecast would be too fiery. Earth is too squatty. I'd probably water.
Why?
Because
they're the diplomats, right?
Yeah, because the Aircast, they're all Tau and they're all tall and alien looking. Well, I guess that leaves the Watercast.
Yeah, that's fair.
But at the same time, some of these Eldar Farseers, though...
Sometimes. I still think that it would be more exciting to do a Xenos, like a true Xenos. So like a Tyranid.
That's what I was about to say.
Just like grabbing a Tyranid and just figuring out where the hole is.
Nope, that's a carapace.
Yeah.
Oh, spiky bits.
I think that's called bestiality. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
But yeah, to answer the other question, which race in general has the sexiest women? The Tyranids.
Yeah, Tyranids. Or the Orcs.
The Norn Queens, have you seen them?
Oh yeah, with their little crests.
And their what are they called? Narwhals?
Narwhals? That's just a giant ship.
Hey.
To us. To them, it's a small ship.
Hey, size.
Does matter.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce Grande asks, what do you consider the most weird, unexplainable tech in Warhammer 4 in 40K is? Which tech is the most unjustified?
Like, I know this one's justified, but to me it's always been weird, and it's always like a big, like, oh, this is the thing. It's the cherubs. And cherubin.
The cherubs? Yeah.
The little robotic babies with wings.
I think they're familiars.
I mean, I understand why they're there and their purpose and, like, the whole gothic thing, but it's like, why? That's just a little weird.
To have them be babies, yeah. I was watching a documentary with Michael Jackson, and
You were watching it with Michael Jackson?
No, he's dead. I was watching in spirit.
No.
I was watching a documentary about Michael Jackson by myself, with my pants off. No, but
it's true.
In the documentary, he had a commissioned painting of himself with cherubs around him. So it's kind of like, that's the thing. They're supposed to represent muses whispering in his ears, and like in 40K, they're supposed to represent like man babies. But it doesn't come off as that. It just comes off as creepy. But yeah, I would agree. Cherubs are weird. Last question. What do you have? I have one from T3 Manned 3L Birds. I don't know. Do the Custodies have to follow 1,000 members per chapter rule of Gilliman, or are they an exception for that? They do not follow anything in the Codex Astartes because the Codex Astartes is for Astartes, and they're not Astartes. They are Adeptus Custodes. Yep.
They're similar yet different.
Very different. Those were the questions for today.
As always, if you got more questions, put a question before your question because we get to those questions first. Hit us up on our Facebook, hit that like hit that comment and subscribe for more things 40K.
We have a Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon, we thank you. If you don't want to support us on Patreon, we thank you too, I guess. Talk to you tomorrow.
This is the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation. I knew I never had that much to lose.